Built by hand, these wooden windows stood for over a decade unfinished. No glass, just empty frames, waiting for a view. Most would have bought new windows, it'd be faster and easier, but something about them felt worth finishing. So in this episode, we start the work, finally giving these windows their chance to shine.
So we're gonna jump right into projects today, and by the end of this video, you're gonna see how much we've got accomplished with the window projects.
Put out here and here, hold it like this. Like that.
We're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers building our dream as we turn this old watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin. This is 375 pounds or 170 kilos of sheet metal, otherwise known as flashing. And this is the experience of trying to get it into our truck. The reason why this flashing is so important is because we are going to be using it for our windows, and it was impossible to find it in the south of Portugal, which is where our watermill renovation is located. And you'll hear Drew explain this in a minute, but this is why we had to pick it up in Spain.
Bravo, bravo.
Well, I don't know if they mueve.
Wow.
Crazy piece of metal roll we got back here. It's 3 millimeters thick by 5 meters long, 1 meter wide, and we're gonna be using this for the weather sealing on the tops and bottoms of our windows. We have Ferg, our carpenter friend, will be coming over to help me shape, cut it. He's got all the tools as we refurbish our windows essentially to make them brand new for the mill.
So who knew that our window episode would be starting in Spain?
The guys using the forklift to put it in here were like, let's just put it in the back. I was like, but you don't understand, I have to go pick up a refrigerator now.
That's right. So if you have not seen our Sevilla episode, which is why we have all of this stuff here, we also pick up a refrigerator, so we'll link to that episode right here for you. But give us a thumbs up because that was impressive. Everyone's in. Time to go back home and get those windows started. Today we are clearing out the bedroom because this is going to be where Drew and Ferg start renovating the windows. It's very exciting. This is going to be the workshop space. We got to take these chairs for now, move them into the other bedroom. I can't wait to sand these and refinish these chairs.
Super cool.
Time to make space for the next project, which is very exciting. Bucket full of spare window parts. Wow. Looking nice in our bedroom.
It's looking like a workshop. A workshop before the bed and the bedroom part.
I know. One day, it sure is going to be funny to be laying in our bed, just looking back and thinking about all of the different ways we were in our bedroom before it was just a bedroom, right? One day.
Now that our future bedroom was cleared out, it was time to bring in all of the things to help make it the window workshop of our dreams, which also required sorting through all of the random bits and bobs left over by the previous owners of the mill.
Well, sometimes getting organized can be a little more confusing and complicated than staying unorganized, but in the end, it is always worth it. It's hard to get organized, but it's hard to be a mess, so choose your hard. And our hard right now is making sense of all of this, which a lot of it is really great stuff. More stainless steel hardware. We can clean up these rusted bits.
I really like the brand new ones right here.
I really like these
Stainless steel.
little baby special keys that go to something mysterious.
After sorting through our collection of mysterious treasures and tools, we hoped that we could reuse as much as possible because that very next day, work on the windows would begin.
I'm really excited about today because we have somebody new who's a professionally trained carpenter that's going to be giving us a hand with restoring and removing all of the wooden windows around our house, and the time is now.
Wow, this is the workshop.
The workshop is in full swing.
This is exciting. Meet Ferg, our elusive, talented, and blurry-faced carpenter. He's requested to remain a mystery.
Kind of like a Banksy of sorts.
So yes, that fuzzy human in the background, that's just Ferg doing his thing.
So I'm just cleaning up the frames. He's testing out a router over here for the first time to make the beautiful beveled edge that's on all the frames, but half of them still need more.
I was afraid we were gonna have to do that by hand. I didn't realize there was a machine.
Way.
I know.
Oh, they used to, didn't they, back in the day?
Yeah, can you imagine being here with the wood chiseler? Like,
It's amazing when you see some of the old stuff before they had any machines, and it's just like that was all done by hand. So.
Oh yeah, but these will be next.
yeah, these are the frames.
And we decided this was all easier to do on a sawhorse than leaving them in the windows.
So after cutting out each window, which you may have seen Drew and his dad doing in a previous episode, it was luckily relatively easy and quick, taking about 5 minutes or so per window. Drew's job was then to clean off any of the old spray foam and the old tar paper, or asphalt felt as it's also called, that the previous owners had installed for weatherproofing the windows. This is what we had originally bought the metal flashing in Spain to replace. But after further thought, we had a little change in plans.
So this is why we bought that whole roll of lead in Spain and painstakingly brought it here to our land and put it in the house. The idea is that it was going to be the flashing or prevent water from coming back into this big cutout hole in the house underneath our wooden box windows. But after doing a little bit more thinking, talking to the guys about plaster, and knowing that we're going to need to set out the window casings 2 centimeters past these block walls, we're going to need to make sure that we do the right thing that doesn't jeopardize the plaster in the future. And if we were using this flashing in such a way that it curled over the sides and the bottom, the plaster has to be done underneath the window first, and then we'd have to curl it.
Yeah.
When we go to hammer that, it's going to cause a lot of problems of breaking our plaster in the corners here. So we're leaning away from this as being our final solution on these windows on the newer built portion of the house. So now that we're down here to the windows in the lower portion, the beautiful stone part of the mill that was made many, many years ago, this is an example of the flashing used by the previous owner. It's kind of like a tar paper that's moldable, bendable. And then there's a waterproofing up top for the drip line to keep the water away from the window, and down here away from the house. That's where in historic buildings traditionally around the world they'd use lead, metal like this that's bendable. There's a lot of debate on using this. Some countries outlaw it, like Germany. It's not used commonly in the US anymore. Places like the UK use it all the time on their roofs, still to this day. We've been told we're approved and allowed to use it here, even though we had to pick it up in Spain. So our plan is on these windows to use it and jam it in the tops up here to create a nice, beautiful looking lip, rather than kind of this like not tasteful material that's rubber. And it'll just give the historic building just a much better look for protection here. It'll be more durable, and down here underneath we'll keep any water that could potentially go below the window casing an ability to come out along the plaster and sit nicely. So this is what we're going to use in this application situation, where in the new part of the house it just doesn't make sense to use. So onwards and upwards, we're eventually going to be putting that big roll of lead to use.
So subscribe and see how it happens.
When it comes to protecting our home in the long run from things like structural damage, rot, and mildew, it's crucial to make the right decisions when it comes to weatherproofing around our windows and preventing any cracks to the exterior plasterwork that is still yet to come.
Dinner date?
Delivery. Feels like van life. We've been wanting to do this for a long time, so we got Thai food. I'm so stoked right now.
What's this thing back here?
Oh, yeah, we found this by the bins. I don't know, it looks cool.
It looks like it could be a restored, beautiful chandelier. Bring it back to its potential, but what about this spot, guys?
Wow.
Breathe in that salty air.
It's gonna look even more beautiful with Thai food in our bellies.
I'm so hungry.
We got tom kha soup, spring rolls, pad see ew, and pad thai.
Somebody's hungry.
Wow. We gotta do this more often. 5-star dinner date.
Mini adventure together.
Van life lovers. I couldn't be happier. I'm so glad we did this now. I can't believe we haven't done it before, but here we are.
Take that in. And let it out.
With so much of our time spent working, whether we're sanding away and doing what it takes to restore our windows, or splicing together hours of footage and choosing just the right songs when editing these episodes, it is so important for us to take time each week just to be together. And taking in a beautiful view while snuggling in something on 4 wheels has always been one of our very favorite ways to do so. And thanks to Bluetti, who has been sponsoring 1 video per month on our channel for over 2 years now, we are able to have all of the power and comforts we need no matter where our adventures and hearts guide us. This here is the Bluetti Elite 30 V2, which is notably compact and light, easy to carry, store, and move around. It's great for charging devices, whether you're living van life or going on road trips with its 140-watt fast charging ports. It's great for running appliances outside in your backyard and is the perfect protection for sensitive devices during power outages with its less than 10 millisecond seamless switch.
What we love about Bluetti is that it has Life PO4 batteries, which are temperature stable and last a really long time, up to 10 years of life in this unit and 3,000 cycles. So today I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to be using my air pump to inflate the tire tube to our scooter because we got a flat tire and it needs to be fixed.
It can also recharge to 80% in just 45 minutes, so you can stay powered with 0 downtime.
Could actually power up our little air pump there, so it looked like 8 hours.
I can verify there are no leaks in this inner tube. Let's get it on the tire and back on the scooter.
And voila, thanks to Bluetti.
And this little tiny but mighty super portable unit also uses ultracell technology, which means that it uses up to 50% less of self-consumption, meaning that it is engineered for ultimate efficiency. And with all of that pumping going on, it is still at 99%, which is awesome. Something else that is awesome is that right now Bluetti is offering you, our incredible audience, 5% off at our link below using our code ADVENTURE5OFF. This is an exclusive offer. They always have deals on their website, but having an actual promo code is very exciting and very special because you guys are very special. Even just clicking on the links of the sponsors who support us makes a huge difference in them choosing to sponsor us again. So you sharing your interest, your time, and your energy encourages them to continue working with us. We also want to thank our influx of patrons from last week's episode. So many of you who joined our Patreon.
We just want you to know how much that encourages us to keep sharing our story. So while you pour your energy and your love into us and Blue Eddy pours their power into our projects, it is just a beautiful cycle that just keeps everything going, as well as our tires on our scooter rolling. Now back inside of the mill where the window restoration continues. Thanks, you guys.
Here, Ferg is using a hinge jig to help guide the router to ensure the accurate placement and depth for the hinge leaves.
The bigger ones, yeah,
for the
press
doors.
shutters, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whenever I put them in before, I'm just pushing them straight in rather than turning.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just the leading edge.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
call it taking the leading edge off of. So you just take a little chamfer.
One way or another, we'll get it to fit. That feels good.
So it might be that we plane a bit more off of it.
Yeah, just to compensate for the winter months with the moisture.
Yeah. But like, it's almost like in the, in the winter you do the opposite. So if it starts binding in the winter, you take as little as possible off.
Yeah, because you know it's going to expand.
It's
in
going
the
to
summertime.
expand, and then you could end up with a really big gap.
Yeah. Just like I experienced with my front door down
Yeah.
there, because you couldn't even close it during the winter
Yeah.
months. That's really smart to think about.
Yeah, so it might be that we just plane a little bit more.
I would hate to have it too tight when it expands after I've painted it and think,
Well, that's the trouble.
oh shoot, yeah.
That's the trouble. Yeah, well then you've got to touch it, or you've got, and it's the undercoat and the top coat, and so.
The previous owner of the mill was actually an eco-architect and a carpenter, so he had left all of this amazing wood for the windows behind and ready to be assembled. But because they weren't able to finish the project, these windows had never been fully assembled before, and so that's what our guys are doing here now.
Functionally doing exactly what we intended
Yeah.
it to do, so.
And then once that's all sanded
Yeah,
back and you get some oil on it, it's going to look more like
yeah,
that
to that color.
but nicer again,
Yep.
because it will actually all be uniform. I think this is oak.
It sure looks like it.
Yeah, but basically into oak you should always use stainless steel fixings.
Oh, because
The tannin in the oak corrodes
anything that's not.
anything that isn't stainless.
These, I think, are the strips that I have sitting out there
Yeah.
in the pile, those long boards. So
Yeah,
I'm
like-
assuming it all got brought down from another one. Look at the difference of that compared to that.
Being that these oak wood shutters hadn't been touched since they were originally installed over a decade ago, there was a lot of sanding that needed done in order to restore them to their full beauty. And the next step, which is what Drew is doing here, is repairing and filling any cracks with a mix of wood glue and sawdust. This not only helps to seal out any moisture by blocking water intrusion via the cracks, but it also helps to stabilize the wood surface, preventing further splitting or movement, and using sawdust from the same wood gives it a near perfect color and grain match than any store-bought wood filler could do. And after sanding down the repaired areas until they're flush and seamless, and wiping the shutters down with a damp cloth to remove any dust, soon they will be ready for the UV protectant sealant, which we end up having discoloration problems with due to the wood glue. But some things you don't know until you know, and there's more on that in a future episode.
Take the time. Take the time. Take the time.
So right now we're gonna fill in these parts that have been grooved out with some wood, so that way we can reroute it for the new hinges. Simple as that.
Just leave the glue to go off.
Show me how you chiseled that out.
It's a shame because I haven't got it here because I have got a corner chisel.
Okay. Is it shaped like an L, the corner chisel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally like a square. You just bang it in, it goes tight there and tight there.
Wow.
Put it in there and you just hit it once and it takes the corner out. So just make sure it's tight across the back there.
Okay. Just a couple of taps to the same depth level.
Yeah. Just getting that corner out really.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be.
Just to help that wood sit in there.
Yeah, just because that's rounded.
Okay. Simple enough.
There's just something that I love about the sounds coming from a workshop. But in case you missed it, the whole reason that they're putting in these little wooden fillers here is because we didn't have enough of the rounded edge hinges that the window frames here were originally routed out for. The only ones that we could find at the store here had squared edges. And so as Drew chisels out the rounded corners, then puts in the filler and clamps them down so they dry nice and tight, Ferg then routes out the nice little edging on the frames, and eventually we'll route out the new spaces for the hinges as well. So we definitely understand why buying new windows would have just been easier and faster, but easier and faster isn't always better. There's a beauty and a character and just a warmth that comes through looking out of your wooden windows that were handmade. Something that we greatly look forward to experiencing one day soon, and we can't wait to share with you too.
You just want to raise it like right, hit it. You gotta use your purse. Only, yeah, more on that back.
Is that enough?
There you go, a little harder. It's not a drum circle. Like, put out here and whack. Here, hold it like this. Like that. Now turn it the other way. You simply just got to get that little round bit out.
All because the hinges changed.
I don't think you even left a dent. I could have pressed that hard with my fingernail.
This is embarrassing.
All right, I'll take over.
There we go. Nice and snug. So we've labeled these for the window in the stairwell. And now Drew's gonna put a little presser and a clamp.
Yep, we want to just let it dry nice and compact and tight in here. Once this is dry, we'll be able to sand over it and cut it so you can, basically it'll match the existing frame. Look at the glue bubbling up. Alright, let's add it to the pile over here.
Got a nice rough texture to the frame now, getting it all cleaned up. The bottom really needed a good sanding. Probably need to round this even just a little bit more here to take off that edge. This is all part of the process of restoring these. It's really important that our methodology is right so that we can get these windows back in place, looking tip-top, nice and covered, before the crew can come back to do the outside sealing of the house and plastering. Getting these windows and doors in place is so crucial. That way we can get our house sealed from the outside before the fall and the rains come. So right now Ferg came over and said you need to make some decisions about color for the shutters, the window casings, and the window frames. So Brittany showed up at the perfect moment and she's gonna help us make some decisions.
Can you believe that? That's the same wood. Sanding really helps bring out like the beauty after all of the years that they sort of sat here unfinished. But we were debating, do we paint this framing and these pieces that open inwards, or do we leave these pieces natural wood and just paint the framing, because the frames have been painted multiple coats. Really hard to get rid of that dark paint color.
Yeah, the black that she's referring to right here on the casing of the window.
And we've decided on a different color other than the sage. We're not going to reveal that just yet, but anyway.
As much natural as possible.
Yeah.
So the shutters will be natural, take the frames back to natural.
We actually decided to paint the window frames the same color as the window casings, leaving just the exterior shutters natural.
And then we'll get our oiling game on.
I mean, you can't go wrong with natural wood.
Okay, I'm gonna hand you this so you can be up there and try to, you wanna try to cut when I go up there? Yeah.
I think you'd be better on the roof.
On the roof on that one?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go to the roof. We're working on getting the window casements out of the really, really high turret bathroom. We're gonna see how this goes. feel like you're surfing up there on the scaffolding?
Yeah, it feels amazing. You might struggle to reach that side, will you? Or do you think you can reach?
No, I can get to it. Yeah, no problem. I feel good. Here, you want me to give it a cut from out here?
Yeah, I think you're probably gonna have to try and do the rest.
Yep. And hold the camera.
And do you want me to hold the camera?
Sure. Actually, I could just give it to him without the board. You know you're facing you, right?
Am I?
I love it. Good fun. About to wiggle a little. Am I through?
Yeah.
All right, let me give this a... Good work, man. Woo!
Will we get these 3 out and then we'll stop and have lunch?
Perfect.
Probably better, isn't it?
Yep.
When we're in a...
Good idea. When we bought this place, I never thought we'd be taking the windows out quite like this. But all in good fun and enjoying the journey and the process of restoring this old place. Well, that was a little tricky going way up on the ladder right there to that upper window. Luckily we had some support down low. We got the second window out as well. That's 3 more windows out. A well-deserved lunch awaits us. Hey, my dear. What's for lunch?
Something good.
A few moments later.
Prosciutto and cheese sandwich. With your favorite ketchup flavored chips. Yes, those are actually ketchup flavored chips.
Muito obrigado. I just went away for lunch and look how many more windows appeared. We got the grandparents, the aunties, and the cousins, and the nephew.
And with every new window that came out, it was the same set of steps on repeat. Clean, sand, jig, and prepare for painting, which will happen in a couple episodes from now. And on this particular day, in the midst of all of the workshop fun, one of our neighbors decided to come over for a visit. It's always fun when an experienced friend comes over mid-project and can offer a little bit of their expertise, or at least make us feel like we're doing the right thing, which luckily is what happened on this particular day.
It's the end of the day. Everybody's left. Our electricians were actually here in the midst of us working on restoring all the windows. And I have never seen such a disaster throughout our house in terms of a mess in all the rooms. That's our bedroom. That's the office. That's the bathroom. There's no windows. There's a fan in the middle of the floor. There's a whole lot of trash. We have a light bulb. No light bulb. This is our kitchen.
You guys might remember from a few episodes ago where we shopped around for the best place to buy our glass from. Luckily, we found this factory and the price was under €1,000 for all of our windows. We were very happy with this and so excited to pick them up and have them in the mill. The glass won't be going into the window frames just yet. There are a few more steps before that happens, but we're getting there. And man, does that feel good. So many things to be grateful for and excited about. And yes, good things take time. And, well, great things take longer. That's okay. We're here for it. And we're grateful that you are too. We had brought along one of the glass frames to make sure that the glass fit before driving home, and we were so happy to see that it fit. And we were also so happy to have a helper help us with getting all of the glass into the bed of the truck safely, with little cork spacers and all of our beach towels and blankets to help hold them safely in place for the ride home. Thank you guys for being here, wherever you may be. A lot more to come. Hopefully lights in the next one, because maybe you noticed in this episode there was also some electrician work happening simultaneously. But anyway, we can't wait to see you in the next one. And if you're looking for a good old Mr. and Mrs. Adventure oldie, then go ahead and watch this video right here. It's when we first had electricity brought all the way up from the main road here. So the mill has never had electricity before. So we know that you'll love that one, and we hope that you all are doing well. And hug someone that you love, call someone that you miss. Just do something to lift your spirits and somebody else's spirit, and know that you uplift ours. We love you guys. We'll see you soon. Drop us a heart or a smiley face in the comments so we know that you stuck around till the end. And if you did, know that you are the best.